9 Buddhist Teachings to Stop Overthinking and Regain Inner Peace. Dear friends, perhaps in this busy life, each of us has at times felt our hearts like a lake stirred by endless waves. Especially as we reach middle age or our twilight years, I understand this feeling even more deeply. Many people assume that the older we get, the more peaceful our hearts become. But in reality, if we don't know how to care for our minds, the older we become, the more thoughts we accumulate, worries for our children and grandchildren, concerns about our health, regrets over things left undone, or sorrows about the past that still haunt us. Today I invite you to join me, as if we are two old friends sitting down for tea, quietly sharing our life experiences and thoughts, as we journey through 9 teachings of the Buddha about finding peace of mind amid the storms of overthinking. This is the very heart of Dharma, the path of awakening and healing for every generation, but especially for those who have already walked a long way in life. 1. Observing thoughts as passing clouds. Let's try something together. Close your eyes for a moment. Sit quietly and listen to your mind. Have you ever noticed how your thoughts are like passing clouds, coming and going, none of them staying forever? I remember once an elderly Buddhist practitioner asked me, "Venerable, the more I try to chase my thoughts away, the more they appear. What should I do?" I told her, "Don't try to chase them away. Just like the sky does not chase away clouds, simply observe, smile, and you'll see the clouds dissolve on their own." Modern neuroscience has shown that when we practice observing without judgment, the anxiety centers in our brains relax and our brain waves slow down, helping us feel much calmer. You can try this right now. Whenever a thought arises, just note, here is a thought about the past. Or, here is a thought about my health. And then let it go. Let it drift by on its own. 2. Letting go of what's beyond your control. One practitioner once told me she lived with letting go is not neglect. Letting go means understanding our own limits, doing our best, and leaving the rest to fate. That is the wisdom of Dharma. Have you ever tried letting go of a worry? If not, try it. Gently remind yourself, "I have done my best, and I leave the rest to life." 3. Refrain from judging yourself and others. Some people, as they grow older, become even stricter with themselves, thinking, "At my age I shouldn't make mistakes anymore," or fearing the judgment of children, relatives, or neighbors. I once met an elderly gentleman who was always upset with his grandson for playing games instead of studying. He would get angry, then later feel guilty. I'm old and still can't keep calm. I asked him, if you were in your grandson's place, would you forgive yourself? He fell silent. We often forget that everyone has their limits, moments of weakness, ourselves included, as well as those we love. Dharma reminds us that each person is a unique river of life, none of us perfect. When we stop judging, we finally touch true freedom within our hearts. Reflect for a moment, when was the last time you blamed yourself? If you could go back, would you be able to embrace yourself and say, "It's okay, I'm only human. I'm still learning to love myself"? 4. Practice mindfulness through the breath. Have you ever asked yourself, how can I stop my mind from wandering? I often guide practitioners to a simple exercise. Just pay attention to your breath. Breathe in, know that you are breathing in. Breathe out, know that you are breathing out. One woman in her 60s who had suffered from chronic insomnia had tried many sleeping pills to no avail. After a short meditation retreat, she told me, "At night I just sit quietly, count my breaths, and my mind lightens. I fall asleep without realizing it." Modern science confirms that focusing on the breath helps regulate our nervous system, reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and leads to deeper sleep and more peaceful minds. You don't have to be a monk to practice this. Just 5 minutes a day, whenever your mind is agitated, is enough. 5. Trust in impermanence. I often tell my Dharma friends, nothing in this world lasts forever. Joy, sorrow, success, or failure, they all pass. That is the law of impermanence. Someone asked me, "So what do we hold on to?" I smiled. That is why we learn to cherish every moment. Because everything passes, we must treasure what we have. Many elders, when faced with grief, often think, "My life is over, there is nothing new left." But actually, if we open our hearts to change, every new day is a miracle. Once I visited an old man who had just lost his wife after 50 years of marriage. He was heartbroken and felt his life was over. I sat with him, breathing together, and told him a story about impermanence, that we must all eventually part, but love remains in our memories, in our actions, and in every breath in which we remember those we love. 6. Be grateful for the small things in life. In Dharma, gratitude is a deep form of meditation. You can start simply by being thankful for each morning you wake up to sunlight, for a bowl of warm rice, for legs that still allow you to walk. One woman shared with me that every night before bed she spends a few minutes counting 3 small things to be grateful for each day. She said, "Suddenly I feel so rich, even without a big house or much money." Psychological studies also confirm that practicing gratitude regularly decreases depression, increases happiness, and improves quality of life, especially in older adults. What can you be grateful for today, no matter how small? Try holding the hand of a loved one and saying thank you. You will feel warmth spreading through your heart. 7. Keep life simple, don't overcomplicate. I used to be someone who thought too much, constantly imagining scenarios for every situation. Every time I did that, my mind became chaotic and my heart unsettled. Later, learning Dharma, I focused only on what was essential. Less material desire, fewer unnecessary worries, keeping only what truly matters. A retired man who used to be a company director told me, "Venerable, all my life I chased after success. When I retired, I realized I didn't need that much. A home, a cup of tea, and family around me. That is happiness." Look at what you are holding on to, both physically and mentally. Is there anything you could let go of to lighten your heart? 8. Live fully in the present moment. The past is a closed book. The future has not yet come. Only the present is real. Once I guided a group of older adults in tea meditation, just drinking tea, savoring its taste, warmth, and fragrance, without talking about the past or worrying about the future. One woman told me afterward, "This is the first time I've truly tasted my tea. Happiness is so simple." Living in the present is learning to touch happiness right now, not postponing or trading it away. Try it every day, when eating, walking, or hugging your grandchild. Just pay full attention to what you're doing. You'll find small but very real joys. 9. Cultivate compassion for yourself. One of the most important lessons Dharma has given me is to learn to love myself. Many older people are harsh with themselves. If only I were better, if only I hadn't done that. But it is compassion for ourselves that is the wellspring of healing. One woman who lost her husband blamed herself for not taking better care of him, living in regret for years. After practicing loving-kindness meditation, metta, she gradually forgave herself and opened her heart to a new life. Science also shows that people who practice self-compassion have better immunity, live longer, and have more positive lives. Place your hand on your heart, smile, and whisper, "I deserve love too. I forgive myself." Have you ever tried that? If not, try it. Even 1 minute can be a turning point in your healing journey. Dear friends, these 9 teachings are not a magic spell to make all worries disappear, but rather tiny seeds. If you patiently sow them, they will gradually grow into true peace in your soul. An elderly Buddhist practitioner once told me, "Venerable, I tried these things, but sometimes I still overthink, still can't sleep." I gently replied, "That's okay. Even the calmest lake sometimes has waves. What matters is knowing how to return, to remind yourself to come back to Dharma every day and not give up." Dharma is not some distant philosophy for someone else. It is a practical, accessible path for all of us. Whether you are 50, 60, or 80 years old, as long as you are breathing, thinking, and loving, you still have the opportunity to live more peacefully each day. Let me end with a question and an invitation. If today you were to choose just one of these 9 teachings to practice, which would you choose, and how would you begin? Write it down, try it out, and share your experience with me and the community, so that together we can grow on the Dharma path, heal together, and find peace together. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. May you and your family remain strong and joyful amid the impermanence of life.